All right, so this big green paper is going to be what keeps the pastel from getting all over all of the stuff, and it also will help to keep your table clean. So we're going to use it for two things. In the lower right-hand corner, write your name and your class period. So, got my name and my class period. We're going to do the same thing on your gray paper. Write your name and your class period and then flip the gray paper over. And then we're going to flip it over. Oh, look, I've already got a mess. After you do that, then you're going to open up this green paper. Turn it like that, right? So that your gray paper is on the green paper. And you can use the green paper as a placemat, right, to help keep the table clean. You will have to wash the tables at the end of the class period. There's no getting around it. You have to wash them every day because it's just too dirty. It's too dirty. But that's all we're going to do with the pencils, so go ahead and put the pencils away and tidy up that little bin and get it situated. Next, my darling doodles, I have provided you with a pack of baby wipes. Please gently open the baby wipes and give each person one baby wipe. And we already went over this, but your cell phones will stay in your pockets for the entire class period unless you want them to be my cell phones. If you have your earbuds in, they should be out and not in your hands. Please pull up your sleeves because you're about to get covered in chalk. All right, take your baby wipe. Here's mine with a sad little bite taken out of it, but it's going to be fine. And fold your baby wipe in half. After you fold your baby wipe in half, fold your baby wipe in half again. And then, y'all, one more time, fold your baby wipe. Set it to the side. When your hands get really gross, you can wipe them off a little bit on the baby wipe. That is your baby wipe for this class period. One baby wipe per class period. Because it's expensive to keep buying them and also it's wasteful, right? So we want to make sure that they just stay over here and you are just using them as needed to kind of wipe off your hands. What we do, guys, when this gets disgusting, you flip it over, you use the other side. When that gets disgusting, you open it up. You fold it the other way. And then you use this side, then that side, right? It's like that guy from Big Hero 6 that talks about his underpants, right? You put them on front ways, then back ways, then inside out, then front and the back, right? That same kind of thing is what we're going to do with this, but it's less gross because it's not on your butts. So that's your little baby wipe. You keep it over to the side. Now, in your bins, you will notice that there are trays of pastels and rulers. So go ahead and get each person a tray of pastels and a ruler, please. Okay, so we're going to make a rainbow. That's our first plan, is make a rainbow so that we get the opportunity to mix all of the colors. So you're going to, in just a second, not right now. Hold on a second. I've got to move this, but don't move yours. Take your ruler, and we're going to lay it across. Take your white chalk. Draw a line along the top. Don't move anything. Draw a line along the bottom. Then you can move your ruler, set it aside, and put your white chalk back. Okay, go ahead and do that. To trace the top and the bottom of the ruler so that it makes this big giant bar. And then set the ruler aside. You don't need it right away. right, loves. So we're going to start with red, and you need to watch me before you start. We're going to have 6 colors. You need to fill this in. So the first 3 will get us to the first half, and the second 3 will do the other half. Does that make sense, guys? So you need to kind of space out the bigness that you're making your things. They changed their mind? Okay, they changed their mind. All right, so you need to space them out appropriately while you're making the bars. Guys, when I do this, I like to use different fingers. I trade between my fingers for the shading so that I don't have to clean my hands as often. All right, so I'm going to start with my forefinger, and my forefinger is going to do red and orange, and then my middle finger will do yellow and probably just yellow, and then I'll move to my ring finger. But you have the little wipes over here, so you can just wipe on them whenever you feel like it's gotten icky. To do this, I'm using the side of the pastel. Let me zoom in a little bit. And so I'm going to start like this. And I'm just kind of using the side of it to get good coverage. Now, keep watching me, please. Thank you. I'm going to take my finger and I'm pushing the pastel into the paper as best I can. When we are outside, I hope you're watching and you're not doing this independently because I asked you to wait. Thank you. So when we're outside doing this on the sidewalk, you won't be able to do things like tap it over on the side to get it off. Okay, so we need to sort out how to get it to go into the paper so that you don't make a big mess. You do that by doing multiple layers. All right, so multiple light layers works better than one big heavy layer because you have to kind of push it in. When we're outside doing it on the sidewalk, it pushes in better because it's more porous than a piece of paper. Okay, so we'll get it really bright here, and then you're going to kind of blend a little just using your finger as you go out. After you get done, then you're going to do another layer. Please begin. Next, we're going to go into it with the orange. Use the brightest, orangiest orange. This looks kind of yellow on the screen, but in real life, it's like orange. Watch real quick, and then you can do this. So I'm going to take the orange, and I'll actually color over a little bit of the red, right? That's why we blended it out. And then I cover it. Now I'm moving to red can go. Oh no, bad choices, Miss Dorsey. Nope, it's gonna be okay. So I'll go in here like that and then do another layer on top, blend again, and then smear it out just a little bit so that we can get a good yellow orange. Go ahead, please begin. I'm also going over it a little bit with the red again to make a better transition between the two, right? Because we want it to gently change. And I'm going to go ahead and wipe it on my baby wipe. All right, next we're going to do yellow. So your brightest, yellowiest, lemoniest yellow. Make sure you've wiped your fingers before you start doing yellow, right? Because yellow is wimpy. I'm going to go over the orange a little bit. Yellow should get to about halfway. All right, that looks like it's about halfway. Covering it in, right? You guys go ahead and do your yellow. I think you've got the hang of this. Just be checking up here for your colors. So I'm pushing the yellow in, blending the yellow. Make sure that your baby wipes are not on your paper because they'll get your paper wet. I'm going to do another layer of yellow. All right, guys, we're going to go for green next. The green that you're looking for looks like this. So it's kind of a dark-ish green. So look and see what you have. Some of you won't have it in your set and you'll need to wait for a neighbor to be finished with it. Some of the sets, they didn't come with it in there. Like, if you notice, the sets are the same. It's the same brand, but I ordered them a couple years apart. And so the new version had different colors in it, but it's all labeled on the side like it was going to have the same colors. So it kind of wrecked my choices this year. But that's okay. We're just making do, and I have a bunch of extras. So we're going to use this bright green, and he'll go right here. Get him a little over the yellow. Just like that. And then I'm going to go in here and go over it again. And just patting it in. And then I'm flipping mine over because it's gross. Now I'm going to go for blue. You need the brightest, truest blue. Like that, and then after you do blue, you're gonna do purple. And again, the most true purpley purple that you have available. Make sure you're checking your fingers before you blend to make sure that you don't have yucky leftover colors on them. Right, and when you're done, it should look like that.